This is Mom, Dad, and my sister Sid.
Hi.
Hello.
Here's Callie celebrating August 29th. August 29th, 2012 is a pretty important date for our family. You see, it's the date we began our journey with the Four Diamonds. But let's start a few months before that. Callie was born on April 8th, 2012. It was Easter that year, so she was our little Easter bunny. Callie was always a happy baby, always smiling, always playing. Not only was she Daddy's little alarm clock, she was Daddy's best buddy. But on August 29th, Callie was very tired and crying constantly. We thought it was an ear infection, so we took her to the pediatrician, but we were immediately rushed past 2 other hospitals, and straight to her she met. Everyone was calm. Calm in the doctor's office, calm in the ambulance, just really, really calm. However, when we got to the hospital, the ER doctors were not as calm. They called for a CAT scan and found a large tumor in Callie's brain, and she was immediately rushed into surgery. It was in the pediatric ICU unit where we first heard about the Four Diamonds Fund. A social worker stopped by and wanted to talk about the Four Diamonds, and we couldn't believe that she wanted to talk at this moment. We really had more important things to do. But she was very persistent, and she handed us meal cards, and we didn't really think much of it. But she came back day after day and became one of the most important people that we met during our stay at the hospital. At almost 5 months old, Callie had her first surgery. The main goal was to remove enough of the tumor for survival. And from the beginning, Dr. Ian Tosca, Callie's brain surgeon, knew there would be more surgeries. He just didn't know how many more. Amazingly, during her second surgery, he was able to remove all of the tumor, something that even he didn't expect. So even though Callie's tumor was gone, she still underwent 5 rounds of chemotherapy treatments. And just like nothing had ever happened, she was even our happy little baby in the hospital. So here she is in the hospital being cute and showing off her Broviac line. That's the way most of the chemotherapy treatments were delivered. At the end of Callie's first round of chemotherapy treatments, she had her stem cells taken out and run through a machine, and they put them on ice and saved them for later. We would need them again at the end of the treatment. So something as simple as walking down to the cafeteria and getting a cup of coffee and a cookie became difficult because we had to be so very careful about germs. Music therapy was one of Callie's favorite things to do at the hospital. The music therapists were wonderful, and they loved to come in and play with her because she responded so well. I really do think that music therapy was something that kept her busy, but also has carried through. She really loves music even today. The occupational therapists would stop by and check on Callie. Sometimes I think they just came by to play because she did continue to develop. They were rather surprised because most kids go backwards when they're in the hospital, but Callie continued to go forwards, growing and thriving. Everyone was very surprised. Because Callie was so young, they really had to be careful about her immune system. Her numbers were so low that they had to keep her in the hospital an average of 21 days per month. That meant 21 days of lunches and breakfasts and dinners and lots of football and lots of toys and games and books in a very small area. The hospital was really more like a second home to us. So there were chemotherapy treatments in October and November, December, January. Finally, February came, and it was time for the high-dose chemotherapy and the stem cell rescue. We were so close we could almost see the end. So on Easter 2013, we were home and done with chemotherapy treatments for good. So on her very first birthday, Callie didn't have hair, but she also didn't have any tubes of any type anywhere in her body. Callie still has follow-up appointments on a regular basis, and she loves to visit the mural inside the pediatric oncology clinic. We have lots of family pictures, but this one is important as any of them. This is a picture of Dr. Ian Tosca, Callie's brain surgeon, and Dr. Comito, Callie's oncologist. We were at home for Thon 2013 and watched most of the coverage on television. Even at night, we had a hard time turning off the live feed because we knew that the dancers couldn't sleep. We wanted to do something to give back to the Four Diamonds for all they had done for us while we were in the hospital. So we signed up to, as a family, run in the Four Diamonds 5K at Hershey Medical Center. That was the same weekend that we found out that our family, our new family, would be Springfield. And we were so excited when we were able to meet President Mark Goldie Brown, who came to watch us run. So from the time that the theme was announced for Thon 2014 at the Family Carnival, we looked forward to taking Callie. It would be her first Thon. Everyone was excited. Springfield was excited. Our family was excited. We were trying to get Callie excited, and Sydney was definitely excited. So even after all that excitement, it turned out not to be. Callie had to have more surgeries to place a shunt in her head to drain the fluid away from her brain to stop the pressure and stop headaches that she started having in the winter. So Sid and Carla and Lauren all went to Thon without Callie that year. But we had it all figured out by the time her second birthday rolled around. And this year she definitely had hair on her birthday. She still wore a hat to cover up the scars and the couple patches of baldness, but she was on the road to recovery. And she grew, and we let her climb, and we didn't worry about her falling. And she became a pretty good artist. And then there were some times when we were worried she was going to fall. But still, great big smiles all the time. And then the big day came. Callie finally made it to Thon 2015. And she wore her shirt that said "My First Thon" and made her way up to the stage, just like the brave little girl that she is. So Callie has become quite the ambassador for the Four Diamonds Fund, especially for the mini-thons locally. She made it to 2 different high school mini-thons and a middle school mini-thon last spring. And everyone thought she was cute, especially when she stole the microphone and took off across the stage. I guess you could say she's doing pretty well. So at her last MRI, Callie was given a very, very clean bill of health. The little girl, who at almost 5 months old was diagnosed with glioblastoma, a very, very poor prognosis and one of only a handful of cases diagnosed worldwide. She threw her diamonds up in the air and said, "Cancer isn't going to stop me." So on August 27th, 2015, almost 3 years from that crazy diagnosis date, Callie ran into preschool with a great big smile on her face, and we were so glad to watch her go. So that's our story. Thanks for inviting us to your meeting tonight, and we can't wait to see you all, for all our old friends, and we can't wait to meet our new friends and our new members. So we'll see you soon. Ready?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.